don't quit your day job. Here's why, right? Unless you got some type of plan or business set up and some type of, you know, goal in mind, you still got to stay at the job for a little while to stack your bread up and have things in order. You know, first of all, you want to go out and set a plan. Once you get off work tonight, you want to set a plan if you plan to quit your job, right? You want to set a plan, and you want it to be a long-term plan. You want to make a plan to say, okay, I make this amount of money, I have to pay this much in bills. What do I have left saved over that possibly I can invest into another business venture or into something else that could possibly bring me a higher income than what this job is bringing me now? You know, all of us don't want to really slave for nobody for the rest of our lives at these 9-to-5 jobs, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to keep that in mind when we doing this work and when we planning for these businesses and going through life. You can't just get off work and then go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to put in extra work. Most times you got to put in extra work if you really want to get out the current situation that you in and elevate your life. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take harder work. It's going to take more time. It's going to take a set and plan, a big goal. You know, another thing to think about in this process is to also step back, you know, and look at the bigger picture. Step back and look at the bigger picture and understand where you are in life. Do you have family? Do you have kids who depend on you? Do you have a wife who depends on you? Your mom, your sister, your brothers, your grandma. You know what I'm saying? Things like this. It's not always just necessarily about yourself. So keep those things in mind. You know, you want to have things in place for if you do quit a job that, hey, I'm ready to take on the next step. I'm ready to conquer whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to be prepared for these things. Number 3, right? Aside from setting goals and looking at the bigger picture, you want to make sure you are prepared and you're strong enough and mentally strong enough to take on whatever the next plan is, whatever the goal is. You know what I'm saying? You making these goals, you can't make goals that you can't achieve. I know that sounds crazy, and I'm not trying to sound like, you know, I'm not trying to discourage you, but at the same time, just make sure you thinking in reality, think realistically and plan realistically. You know, you can be 80-year-old with a business, with a successful business. So, you know, it's not about being capable to do this and being capable to do that physically. You more so want to be, you know, you want to delegate your time and delegate your finances, you know, to be able to conquer the mission that needs to be conquered, you know, and these goals that you're setting. You want to make sure that you're fully prepared and fully capable for what you're taking on. Yeah, you got one job. Can you take 2 jobs? Okay, maybe that's the start. Maybe try doing a full-time and a part-time job and see if you can actually keep up with both. And then you say, okay, now I can quit the part-time, and then I can use the time that I was using at the part-time job to dedicate to myself. You know what I'm saying? Now you can dedicate that time to yourself, you know, and to your own business that you're trying to build. Whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's a cleaning business, whether it's some type of online service, you start blueprinting and you start sketching these things out, because it's gonna take a lot of work. And it's not just quitting the job and then you had an idea, you quit the job, and then boom, it's just like, oh, that's it. Nah, bro. Don't be stupid. Take it one step at a time. Take it one step at a time and it'll be great. I'm telling you. You know? Also, you want to make sure that you are happy with what the choices you're making. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they are happy at their 9-to-5 job. You can't take it from them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's something that's what makes them happy. They're happy with it. You know? And if that's you, then cool. If you would like to, you know, work at your 9-to-5 for the rest of your life, retire from there when you get old, and, you know, you got your pension racked up, and, you know, that's cool. A lot of people really don't. A lot of people dread their 9 to 5 jobs. A lot of people hate them. But that doesn't mean that you can just quit. You know, we all want to walk out the door. We all get frustrated. Maybe that means, hey, take a day off. Maybe that means take a day off so that you can really relax and get your thoughts together, and look at the bigger picture of things. I know it's hard, but, at the same time, you got to do what you got to do to be successful. You got to do what you got to do to be successful, and you got to do what you got to do for your family, so that you don't let them down. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of willpower for a lot of us. A lot of us go to these jobs and we got to work more than the average person. We got to work 16-hour days. You know what I'm saying? Just to make ends meet before we can get to the investing in the business. So be mindful of what you're capable of and what you want to do to make you happy in your life, and what you have to do, to feed your family, or to take care of yourself, or to take care, of whatever you have to take care of, right? It's so important that you set goals and you plan things out if you're trying to leave the job. That way you don't get too ahead of yourself or caught up in the, oh man, what did I just do? I made a choice that I made out of impulse, and that leads me to my next one. Don't be impulsive. Don't be impulsive and don't get emotional. Don't be impulsive and don't be emotional. That's a 2-for-1 special. You did? That's a 2-for-1 special. Because when you're impulsive, you can immediately make a life-changing decision in a drop of a dime. That's not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You want to think about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? And don't be emotional. Don't be emotional. It's business. A lot of these companies are just running business. So it ain't even about you. It's just about how the business got to get ran. How the company got to get ran. You chose to work there. Yeah, I know y'all don't like that. You chose to work there, though. So it's like at the end of the day, when you choose to work at a company, you got to follow by their rules. If you don't like their rules, set a plan to leave the company. If you don't like working for them, set a plan to leave the company. If that means finding a new job, don't just up and quit. Find a new job, then quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't set yourself up just because you in your feelings or you got your emotions acting all crazy. You know what I'm saying? And now you just like, all right, I'm ready to leave and I don't want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have these things laid out. Definitely you want to have a backup plan, if not a second backup plan. Don't be emotional, and don't be impulsive. Very important key points right here. And I got another one for you, right? I'll end with this real quick. This is a quick video. I got to get back into work myself, so I wanted to drop a gem on y'all real quick while I had the time today. I got to catch up on some content this week, but feel me, right? Save your bread. Now, feel me, right? You have to pay yourself with these checks. I know you got bills. I know you got this. I know you got that. Cancel the Netflix. Take things. Stop drinking so much. Stop spending money on this if you need to save money. Think about your spending habits. Pocket some of this bread. You got to think about what you really want to do in your life. You know what I'm saying? So that means, hey, all right, I can't buy this for this month. I got to save this bread. That way I can save, you know what I'm saying? Stack this up for the business I'm trying to open or the business I'm trying to build. It got to start somewhere. You can't think that you're going to get a different outcome with the same things that you've been doing, with the same characteristics and the same traits that you've been showing. You know what I'm saying? You can't think you're going to possibly get the same outcome, bro. You know what I'm saying? So just put these things in retrospect when you like, oh, I want to quit my job. Nah, bro. You need to go to work. You need to do your work. And you need to plan things out and be patient and don't be impulsive. You know what I'm saying? Have a strategy set, right? You know what I'm saying? Stack your bread up. Invest in yourself. Brain Cycle. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stop playing with me. Turn up.